Hey, how's it going? I'm Andrew, and I'm here to show you how to play the solo to AC/DC's Money Talks. So, here's the solo. And what he does there is at first he goes to the 5th fret of the B string and 6th fret of the E string and does this little blues flare, and he kind of bends on that 5th fret of the B, you know. And he goes back to the root, and right after that he bends to the 5th fret of the B using the G string. That classic thing we always hear. Right after that he goes on the roots, 3rd fret on both B and E strings. So it goes. Alright, so make sure you get that down. I hear it, and that's what he does. So right after that he does another bend of the flare, blues flare, whatever, I'm just going to call it that. Another bend, so it's kind of like repeating in a way. Then he stops, and then he goes straight to the bend. Alright, there's a lot of things in that kind of formation, so he does repeat it. He does repeat it a lot, but that's all part of the blues. And at this point he goes, so he goes back to the root, and he does that kind of bend using the G and B strings on both on the 5th and 3rd fret. So if you can mimic that. And then he goes on the D, 5th, 3rd, 5th. And what I hear is he goes, hold on, let me think again. Wait. That's what I hear. So he goes G, 3rd to 5th to the roots, and then he does the 6, 5, 4 on the B string. Then he does 5, 4 on the G. I'm sorry, 5, 3. So make sure you get that kind of down. I just learned it today just by ear, so bear with me. So, you know. So you know, you go 6, 5, 3 on the B, 5, 3 on the G, goes to the root note, 5 on the D, and right after he hits that, he instantly goes to the bend on the same fret but on the string under it, so on the 5th fret of the G. So I'm gonna play the whole measure again. So you can pick it. You can finger. You can pick it or pull off. Either way, the same notes, just whatever you're feeling in that second. You know. And from there, I think he goes to that classic thing. So he does that again, but that's concluding that scale formation on the solo. Okay, so if you can get down. And then he goes to, and that's going to be 9 on the G, 8 on the B. Then he goes to the 9 on the B and bends it to the 10. Bends it to the 12, I'm sorry. Then you go with your pinky on the 9th fret of the E. and then you kind of go just half a step under on the B, and give it that kind of, give it that type of feel, you know. He does that like 3 times, and on the 4th time, I think he goes. So, I'm gonna, hold on. Alright, so if you can mimic that, it's kind of hard to like what he does in those exact seconds of the song, milliseconds or whatever. But it is that way, so. So he goes to the root note again, but on the B string. And then he goes those same 2, I think it's different, but yeah, he goes 9 on the G. And I hear him kind of hammer on from 7 to 9 on the G. So it's like. That's where you would add the hammer on. You go to the 8, I believe. Yeah, 8 on the B string. So it's like, and then he does another bend, same place. Let me think again. Oh, and then he goes to this little blues flare. I believe he goes there. Some people bend to it, but I like to go here, which is on the 10th fret. I'm thinking in my head, 10th fret of the B, or 10th fret of the E. Then you go 11th fret of the B, and then you do a slight bend on that B string, and then you go to the root note 12 on the G. And then he goes all the way down to the 5th and 7 of the G. And then he goes to the E, which is the 7th fret of the A. And he goes, and he does like these little mini chords with 2 frets using the D and G. Okay? He goes there too. It's almost like playing a C and an A flat, or A sharp. I'm gonna play that measure in just a second. Hold on. Hold on. That's really a combination of the same thing in different variations. I know he goes single note 9 on the A, 7 on the D. I think he does that. I think my guitar's a little untuned. Got my boys playing in the background. Now they're fighting. So yeah. So if you can kind of figure that out, I don't want to explain it. I'm kind of done with my patience trying to explain this solo because I can hear what he's doing and I can play it. And if you're one of those, I can kind of just look at what I'm doing and kind of hear what I'm doing and like, okay, he's right. Hopefully you're that type of learner, but whatever. And he goes back to that same little tiny bend. And then he bends all the way to the C on the high E string on the 16th fret. So it's almost like you're playing a C, but he's bending up to it, okay? You know how you go, the blues don't. That's what he does. But he doesn't go to that half step down. He doesn't go there. He just bends it right to the C. and then then the riff starts. So I'm gonna play that solo again, and hopefully you're still watching this video because it's been 10 fucking minutes. Wait. Hopefully you stayed with me throughout that whole thing, because I barely stayed with myself. But yeah, that is how you play AC/DC's Money Talks. Razor's Edge album, 91. Or was it 90? Either way, long time ago. Great fucking song. Keep rocking, y'all.